Something fun for a change, guys. Not saying that all of our videos aren't fun, but I had the idea. Actually, you and I were talking about this as to like what makes somebody a stacker. A lot of you commented. I'm going to share the best comments that we got with you.
Where did you post it?
I posted it on YouTube and on Instagram. Okay. So that's what we're talking about, guys. All right, so Andrew and I, about 2 weeks ago, I would say, we were talking, and we were saying, like, what makes somebody a stacker? We really didn't know, like, does it depend on, and before we get to the comments, does it depend on the amount of time spent stacking? And if so, can you take pauses in between? Like, what if you bought a whole shit ton of stuff?
Like a part-time stacker.
Right. Like, if you bought stuff in, like, 2010, and it was a huge, huge amount, but then you didn't touch it since. Is that a stacker? Because they have a stack larger than, or is it somebody that's, like, weekly? Like, that's a stacker. Like, they come in, they buy their few ounces, and they're out. Like, and
yeah, I think it would have to do more with like
and is it
a dollar amount and ounce wise. You know, I don't know about all them other factors.
Don't you think it would also have to do with like the
time,
the habit of like picture like some of your like
if you always have it, right? When you can't consider yourself not a stacker unless you sold all your stack and you don't have one anymore. You know,
you're not a stacker if you don't have one. So I think it comes down to three. Your screen went away.
Yeah, I meant to ask, how the hell are we gonna do this?
Well, you got to keep
hitting my screen.
No, you keep it so. Why do you have it to automatic shut off after 20 seconds?
I'll sit on my phone all day, man. Come on.
Well, hold on. I think it has to come to weight. I would say at least. I'm gonna say the equivalent dollar amount of 300 ounces of silver and like 5 ounces of gold, or have that in your stack.
Wait a second, you're talking about like 25,000. You don't consider people less stackers?
Is that how much it is? I don't do math.
Yeah, but listen, you're talking about a significant stack. I bet you half the people in the comments
100 ounces
don't
of
have
silver,
that much metal.
100 ounces of silver, and 3 ounces of gold.
I got a simpler answer than anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it.
If you could stack one on top of the other.
Two?
You have a stack.
Hold on.
That's it.
This is a stack. I'm a stacker.
You're a stacker.
No,
that's where you start.
No way.
How could you not be? How could you discriminate against someone who has that against somebody who has what you just said?
This is not a stacker. What if somebody just gave it to you as a gift and you put it in a box like a grandkid? Like, does that make them a stacker?
Now a stacker.
I think it has to do with the amount of weight and the discipline of like having like a routine,
checking the price, that kind of stuff. The time involved in
it? Because that to me is a stacker, because that's like a part of like their savings plan. It's not just like a one-off whim. Like people that have FOMO, fear of missing out, they see the price of gold going to all-time highs and they just go out and they buy 10 ounces of gold. To me, that's not a stacker. That's somebody that's just afraid of what they're reading.
That's your opinion, dude.
I know.
If a guy doing that has a bunch of metal, he's a stacker, dude. You know.
Yeah, it's true. That's why we put the comment. That's why we put it out there. We don't freaking know. Yeah, to make that point. That's true. I don't know.
Anybody who owns metals are considered a stacker. Why they own it, how long they own it, how they acquire it.
Doesn't matter.
Does it really? I mean, those are real. You can go on forever about, you know.
Hold on, no, because like, again, like, what if somebody's grandparents die and they leave to them behind all of this? Are they automatically a stacker?
This ain't a stacker. We're talking about coins and bullion and stuff.
Okay, but like
that's somebody who just got lucky and inherited.
But let's say a grandfather
inherited these.
Yeah, if a grandfather passed away and said, "Here, like I put this in the
now
well,"
a stacker.
They're a stacker.
Now a stacker. Yep.
How could they not
be? They own metal.
They don't, because they don't. Some of them might not
put the time in.
Yeah, they might not even have a clue. They might not even have a clue. They're not a stacker.
They own it.
Stacker is somebody that has to understand metals and has to be habitually buying and using it as a form of their savings. To me, that's a stacker. Somebody that's consuming YouTube content.
Somebody's into the game.
They're into. You know what? This is a different video that we'll do.
This is a
Levels.
sensitive topic
This
for Matt here.
No, I just want to know
Like,
what
these
the hell.
damn people own metal and think they're stackers.
Because they're not. They just got lucky. Somebody gave them. That's like you saying, all right, some guy on the beach, he's like using his metal detector and he finds like 30 ounces of gold.
Wow.
Is he a stacker?
What a lucky guy.
But is he a stacker?
He is if he keeps them.
God damn your phone.
No, he is if he keeps them. No?
I don't know. That's why I asked you guys what makes a stacker. So here,
some of these people, let's see what they had to say.
All right, I'm going to do the first one. You do the next one. All right, so the first one is Kilroy was here. You are a stacker when your wife won't let you buy any more safes to store your purchases in.
Yeah, that could be a problem. But I bet you he's a stacker. If he needs
Oh,
extra
I know he's a stacker.
Kilroy,
The
he's
next
definitely a
one,
stacker.
the next one.
Can we get a name? I can't see that.
Christopher Allen Dunk.
You find new and creative ways in which to allocate funds that do not trip the wires to your wife's sensors. Yeah, that's a problem.
I wonder
We talked about that too.
We have
about,
how much do spouses know and not know about your spending?
Why would you be upset? Let's
Would I be
scenario.
upset?
If
What?
you found out, let's say you're going over your credit cards or your bank statements, and you found out that your wife bought $5,000 in silver that you didn't know about.
It depends on what the current financial situation was at home. Like, what if you were saving or you wanted money because you're getting ready to do a remodel, or you have work that needs to be done.
They're making you pay 100% of the bill, and they're like, "Oh, you're stacking metal behind my back."
Well, it also and it also depends too on the. I know some spouses, right? They have separate accounts, like their income, their account, the other spouse goes into their account. I know of other families who everything is joint. They have shared accounts, right? So it all depends. All depends on the relationship. But, I'm a believer that I think it's important that the spouse does know what you have. God forbid something happens to you. You need them to be educated. Otherwise, they could really get the shaft.
Yeah, sure.
But there's other people that don't necessarily. Like, I understand what he's saying. Because every once in a while, like, you do want to, like, add to the stack, and maybe your spouse or you, like, maybe things are a little tighter, or
it's all going to the same pile.
It's going to the same pile, but you're like, I kind of really want this coin. Like, so why? What about you? Do you think like a spouse like
I like
would
to know
that
what's
be a
going
deal?
on financially?
I do too.
But if it's their money,
but it's like,
who are you to say what they could do and not do with their money?
Right. So this one to me doesn't trip your wife's sensors. Is reading to me as like they both have a joint like account set up.
Right.
And he doesn't want to tell her, buying
It's a good
100
lie,
ounces.
though.
It's a good lie.
Unless you're planning an exit strategy, then it's not.
That's a different lie. Because exactly right. When you said that's a good
I'm
lie.
going to leave this relationship. I have all this gold set on the side for when I leave.
Right. But that's what I it's a good lie. Because it's like you're also not really spending the money.
It's different if you said,
there.
hey, you know what? I knew you'd spend it or we'd spend it, so I put it in metals and I put it in our retirement.
Right. And I knew you would be pissed off, but I did it anyhow.
I did it for us.
Yeah. Next comment. You'd be a stacker. This is from Robert Mitchell.
You stack in pounds.
You stack in pounds and eclipse your body weight. That's a serious stacker.
That's a stacker.
Unless you're like a flyweight, you're like 110 pounds. That's a serious stacker.
Definitely ain't doing it in gold.
No.
But, it's funny, too. I get these calls every now and then. People selling silver. I'm like, well, you have any idea of weight? And they're like, it's 30 pounds. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy do? They just put it on their bathroom scale.
Right. You know you're a stacker. This is from Brent, 5354. What's up, Brent?
Spending money on coins rather than trying to go out on dates. What do you think about that one?
I don't know, man. It depends on
the date.
Exactly.
I have some fun on dates. You know what I mean?
Right.
Depends, I'd give up a couple ounces of silver to
go on a date. I don't know if I would want to be a monk and live alone.
But you know what? I do get that though. I see a lot of people cut back on their lifestyle, going out, not on dates, but going out
just
drinking,
in general,
going out, frivolously spending and cut back and save it in metals.
This is from my friend Outdoor Conquest. You know you're a stacker when you stop at 10 different banks asking for $500 in boxes of $50 just to search them for silver and then return them all. The coin roll hunters.
I read that. I can imagine the bank tellers when they see the coin, they're like, this friggin' guy again,
And I know a lot of banks have stopped
Yeah,
doing
but in the
that.
beginning, they were finding a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
You know.
but it grew to becoming a bigger thing. Like, I don't think anybody realized. And once you start seeing all the videos online
In a
of
couple
these
months, I'm sure
YouTubers,
the banks cleared them right out of it.
yes. Kilroy says, Kilroy, was this his second comment? Yeah, he has another one. Kilroy
go.
says, you set your paycheck up for direct deposit into Empire Precious Metals bank account.
Damn, that'll work.
That's a
There you
nice
go.
stacker. That's a good form of stacking right
Good
there.
customer right there.
This is from my buddy Vert. You can read his.
You go to the emergency room with this silver phallus. What the hell?
Dildo.
And you try your best to convince them that you tripped and fell backwards.
Vertical
What
stacker.
the hell?
Vertical stacker. He might get the comment. The comment win on this one.
Yeah,
He's a different type of stacker. That Vert.
I've never heard of that happening, but
You never know. You never know. This is from Jedi Master Deb, another great supporter of the channel.
Oh, nice.
You need to buy another safe to store your silver. I mean, that's a great problem to have, and I've had that happen. I know you've had that happen.
And you know what? We talked about this before. Having a good safe is so important.
Yeah.
You know, I sleep good at night knowing that my stuff's locked up and, you know,
Yeah.
it's safe.
I think that anybody going to this topic, like if you're looking to get a safe, do double or triple the size that you think is good because it's going to grow.
You know, it's funny you say that. When I originally got these things, are the size of refrigerators, you know. And when I originally first got it, I said, man, what the hell am I going to do with all this room? I only keep this in here, you know. Now, all the time, I have to constantly, like, I took one of the drawers out so I could stack more stuff in it because there's not enough room.
I know. It's
a stupid problem.
It's a stupid problem, good problem, but pain in the ass problem. You could do that one.
I can't get a name. I can't see
this
that
is
far.
from Kiefer's.
You see the cost of things in ounces. Funny, I used to do that, man.
Did you?
And, you know, I used to not justify, but I used to, like, go out to dinner, and I'd pay the bill. It'd be a couple $100, and I'd say,
Like,
man,
oh, that's
everybody's going to go home, go to the bathroom, and this is going to be like a memory that we had going out. And, like, if I would have bought a 10-ounce bar of silver, it'd still be sitting in my safe, you know?
Yeah. I don't look at things in ounces per se like that.
No.
I
used
see.
to.
I think when you start, I feel like when you start out stacking, you see things that way because you're like constantly thinking about
That
how to
number's
get more,
new in
how to
your
get
head.
right. But then eventually you get to the point when you're doing it so frequently, it's just like any other thing. Next one is from Chuck. Chuck says, you're broke all the time.
Broke all the time, spending your money on silver.
And the thing is, though, again, you're not really broke. I understand what he's saying. The cash is being converted into metals, but remember, the metals are still there. Your cash is still
has
there.
value, you know. And that's another thing, you know, when you buy this stuff, it's not like the money's gone.
Right.
You know, it's not like buying this,
Right.
your hoodie or something. You're gonna wear it for a year and you'll never see it again. This has value, you know.
You read this one. This is from Shane
Man,
Darling.
Guys, when you compare every purchase your wife makes to ounces spent, when you look at new work boots and start calculating the ounces you'd rather pick up.
That's like what you were saying,
Yeah, sure.
looking at your lifestyle, cutting back here or there, and just the money that you're going to spend on XYZ, instead scaling back and putting that into ounces.
So.
This is from Silver Husky, good friend of mine as well. Your response to fellow
engagement
stackers
posts.
engagement posts. So
We always appreciate those engagement posts, though.
we do indeed. This is from Dad's Habits. You do that
When
one.
you ask the wife what's for dinner and she says coins if you don't stop buying them. Tell her they're for a good cause.
They're for a good cause.
You know.
This is from Toned Silver Junkie. When you have an Amex credit card.
Oh, man. You know, I seen them offering that at one time. I'm not really sure how that works, but
I think it's like a cash back on your...
I would imagine you can't get the medal until you pay off the purchase. Why would they give you the medal and you just keep the medal?
Right.
You know, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'd love to hear it.
I think it's probably like a cash back based on purchases of metals.
Yeah.
So if I buy 10 ounces of gold, you know, the charges associated with that is probably cash back. I don't know. I'm not going to promote Amex and their shitty shit. This is from Slab Collector. You need to buy a bigger safe. Again,
yeah, sure.
good problem to have. This is from J.S. Lope. What's going on, J-Lo? Go ahead.
When you stack silver weight like constitutional silver, generics, maples in case of an emergency.
That's
yeah, like I was just talking about the What do they call them? Blackout bags? What do they call? What are they?
Bug out.
Bug out bags. Blackout bags.
I have them in
bug-out
my
bags.
car.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I would definitely keep some of that stuff in there. Generic silver. You know, we said dimes and stuff. Something you could use for trade.
Next one is from my buddy Steve Woods. You have to move money around in bank accounts to pay Stormy.
It's a good problem for Stormy to have.
This is from another good supporter of the channel, Underdunk. You could read his.
When you like to build castles with your gold or silver coins and bars. Yeah, that's cool.
I
see a lot of people doing that. That's pretty neat.
I wish that I was at that level. This is from D Wings. What's going on, D Wings? The bank tellers call you to let you know when coin rolls come in. I'm surprised that they do that.
Yeah, I guess
You
if
must
you have
have
a good
to-
relationship
yes.
with them, you know.
Paulie Buck, very close friend. You go off the rails on
On
a
the
crazy
crazy
train.
I guess you could do that with anything.
You could. You could do the next one. This is MSG Silver.
You constantly check the status of your packages. Yeah.
I feel like that would be like anything.
I'm the
too.
same way as a sender. I always
Oh,
check
yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure that
Especially a
everything gets
big-
there,
big
you
one.
know.
Vacation Time, great support of the channel. You know you're a stacker when your gold and silver are worth more than your house.
Oh, beautiful. You could
That would be something.
that's a good position to be in. You know, you
Wow.
might want to consider selling that and paying your house off.
Yeah.
You know?
What if the house is paid off?
That's even better situation to be in. What's his name?
This is from-
Vacation Time.
yeah.
24/7. Good luck, buddy.
This is from BDP. You volunteer to work overtime just to use all that money for gold and silver. Yeah, nothing like working harder, picking up extra shifts or more money.
Which under Trump is going to be non-taxable now. Overtime.
For all shift workers, or wasn't
I
that
don't
just for
know.
servers?
I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was for like people in the restaurant
I'm
and
not sure.
hospitality industry. This is from Dragons. Silver Dragons says, you measure your wealth in ounces, not in dollars. I measure my wealth in dollars still.
And
How
you know
about
what?
you?
I like how I like that metals are like that. You know, if you have X amount of ounces, you could look at a chart any day and say, oh,
Just,
it's worth this
it's
amount of
like
dollars.
this
It's
amount.
like this, you know. But I guess stocks and stuff are the same way. You
Yeah,
log into your account, you know.
or crypto, which is going to be another
But-
topic coming up soon.
Like I said, this is just you can hold it. There's nothing like it.
So guys, let us know in the comments though. Those of you that missed those comment posts below or previously, let us know in the comments below. What do you think constitutes a stacker? So essentially, complete
Is
the
it
sentence.
ounces? Yeah.
You know you are a stacker
When?
when, and then just
I haven't thought of one yet.
yeah. Well, no
When you have more than
surprise.
one, there's really no other. You know, because I
That's
know
not
that
a stacker.
when I put a limit on something, that's the first thing someone's going to come and say to me. They're going to put one on top of the other. And they say, "What's that? Not a stack?" You know.
It's not a stack. It's not a
Stack.
stack. Especially if you're just given the two, that doesn't make you a stacker. You have to have a.
This story believes that
You have
the
to
time
participate.
and effort and that play a role in it.
You have to
too, but-
participate in it. If I just gave these to you, or a friend of mine who knows nothing about silver, I gave him 2 1-ounce rounds. I'm like, here you go, you're a stacker, and they just sit with it and don't do anything with it. They're not a stacker. You have to have the mentality like these people, where you're buying and thinking about it and putting money into it actively. That's a stacker.
Interesting.
Anyway, guys,
Love to hear your comments.
comment down below, and
Yeah.
we'll see you guys on the next one.
Have a good weekend, guys.